So let's watch. Okay. So it looks like he reads. It looks like he just based on what I would think, he reads middle to outside to or to inside or outside slot to the you know hitch, whatever we're gonna call it there. And let's see, middle. Yeah, I think he checks at least checks the middle. I'm not sure if because okay, it's middle of the field closed and you have a route running into the middle of the field closed, he just immediately goes off of that, but he gets off of the route on the inside pretty quickly. He sees Lazard. In this situation, he trusts Lazard. Not necessarily he's not even if you're even leaving guy, but he trusts Lazard enough to okay, if he has relatively good position, I'm going to put the ball up and let him make a play on the ball. And he actually does leave a little bit there in terms of gaining some vertical separation, but checks the middle of the field, goes to Lazard as second read, puts the ball again inside and low. That's typically what he does. Do I want to see Lazard fight better to that ball? 100% I do, because I don't even I don't even know if his left hand makes contact. I think the only thing that almost lets him catch that ball is his right arm pins it against the Lions defender's arm. Just based on how I see that hand going in, I don't think the left hand touches it. Maybe it does, but he pins it against the Lions defender's arm, and obviously he's not able to completely pull the ball in. But good decision. Now again, you want Lazard to come back to that ball, fight back to that ball, get a PI instead of fading away from it, having wide hands and clapping on the ball. So it's a good decision by Rodgers, but you want Lazard to be a little bit better there. And again, I don't necessarily always love that he throws balls inside and low, let guys fight back to him, because I think if he let him outside and vertical there, maybe it's a touchdown, but it's what Rodgers has done forever, or at least since, even in his MVP season, he did that. So it's not like, oh, it's just the thing this year. Rodgers underthrow hand. Okay. And I guess I'm questioning that because you don't typically see Rodgers underthrow things. So you have this crease concept right here, where you have the seam, the bender, and the dig underneath of it. So Rodgers is going to read 1 to 2. When he reads 1, what is he seeing? He's seeing this relationship, even, leaving, middle of the field is open. Now I don't know if it was supposed to be open. I even really the defense, but he sees this relationship. He's going to lead him. Throws the ball. It's an underthrow, which you typically do not see from Rodgers. So this is a scenario where I think his thumb affected him a little bit, because he steps into the throw. The footwork's actually relatively good, considering what Aaron Rodgers typically does. Puts the ball just a little bit too short, and it would obviously connect with 83 here if that defender wasn't there. But you got to know where that defender is, and you got to put the ball a little bit more vertically down the field from Rodgers. So again, crease concept 1-2, sees the 1, has that separation. Got to lead him. So is that a hand thing? I can't guarantee it. I know that throwing 50 yards with your thumb broken is not necessarily an easy thing, and it's a feel thing too. It's not always going to be a thing where, hold on. All right. And we continue. Sorry, the wife called, and I completely forget what I was talking about prior to pausing it. So whatever I was saying, it doesn't matter anymore. AR laid on picks slide. Okay, 3x2 empty to the field here. Let's watch. Late on pick. Okay. I was going to say pick. I was like, "Where's the pick?" But I didn't realize that right here is the pick on this play. So we have Rodgers, who I think he checks left again to I want to see, but I guess he reads that Hawk concept really quickly and then goes back to the middle of the field. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 most likely. He's going to read this this inside route, which it looks like some type of cover 6 right here. And he sees his tight end with inside and underneath leverage of the DB, but there's a linebacker there, so he has to put some type of arc on the ball. But with that being said, he's got to throw the ball. If he's looking at this, he's got to throw the ball now. So he takes that extra second and throws it, where now the DB can close some ground. So he's got to throw it just a second earlier. I want to see where his eyes were. Let's see. drop back. I think he checks the left real quick, doesn't like what he sees, so he goes back immediately to the middle. He's reading that the entire time. Which he actually might no look this, just slight no look. Looks like it. Puts the ball in a good spot if the DB didn't undercut it, right? But he's got to just get rid of it a second earlier. And I know it's obviously a hard throw that linebacker over there, but we can't give this DB enough time to break on that route and pick off the ball, obviously, right? So not necessarily the best play. Check left, see that seam. Now, is he delayed a little bit because of this slide? And that's why, but he takes an extra, like he has to take that extra hitch right there to gather himself. Maybe that's it. Again, obviously the footwork isn't great, but we've talked about that enough where I don't have to really go over it. So maybe it was a slide that made him a little bit late on that. It's obviously completely possible. He had to regain his balance and be able to throw a ball, however many yards in the field. AR hanging pocket, wait for trail. Okay, let's see. Wait for trail. So we have another hawk vertical outside, read vertical, then to the outside. In terms of wait for trail, I don't know what that necessarily means. Now the only thing I'm thinking about that I may mean here is that he can. Yeah, I think in terms of wait for trail, the only thing I'm talking about is and he's going to read one, right? And Sammy Watkins is locked up right there on the outside. So what I'm talking about in terms of the trail, at least I believe, is he waits an extra second to throw this out, because if he throws that out, and let's say it is some type of two read or palms coverage, then he peels off, he picks off the out, even though it looks like he's fully committed, but he waits that extra second for this to open up to the outside. Obviously it fits the ball in there obviously well, but drops back, reads the safety, reading the left side, and waits that extra second because he's sitting there, he's waiting for that. Yeah, he's waiting for that. At least in my opinion, that he's waiting for 23 to completely clear out, because he knows he has some time in the pocket. He hangs in the pocket, delivers a good ball. Rodgers look off linebacker. Okay, right here, obviously, right? Yeah, so this is one of those more, obviously a simple concept. I don't know exactly what's going on out here, but you have the snag in the flat. So he's going to check this first, and then obviously if it's a check down, if this is just a two-man route concept, there's nothing else on the field. Obviously there is, but we don't know because I recorded it only from this angle, which is completely fine because it's just the point of him looking off the linebacker, because he's going to look to the inside first here, and I'm sure he knows that this is open, or at least is going to be open, but the conflict right here is 34, so he has to hold 34 to the outside. He's looking to the outside, throw the ball inside. A little bit of just tiny bit of sidearm action right here, just to avoid this defender right there. On the money. I think 85 is Tunyon, but it's very, very simple. I don't even think he necessarily looks at Tunyon. He just sees him in his peripheral vision. Or he could be looking at him here again. It's almost impossible to tell, at exactly where they're looking. Like, who's to say that his eyes aren't outside here or inside? You typically tell by the helmet, but in general, it looks like he looked off the linebacker, delivers the ball underneath on the snag, boom, perfect, easy, easy play for Rodgers on that one. Rodgers placement, TD, late hit, refs, question mark. Okay, we have a 2x2 right here, single back, play action. Okay, then we have the corner and the underneath route, so he's going to read it 1 to 2, if he's even going to check that at all. But as he gets out of his play action, he's going to read the middle of the field, read his receiver, and what he sees is even, leaving, middle of the field safety. So he's going to lead it outside, and obviously it's a corner route, so he's going to lead it outside regardless. Puts the ball in an absolutely money spot. Play action, again, check middle, see that corner route. We see him decide that very, very quickly. He's going to throw that ball. How this is not a late hit, I don't know. But you have 1 step, 2 step, lower the shoulder into Rodgers. Okay. But the ball is absolutely on the money. Couldn't put it in a better spot right there from Rodgers on that touchdown. Yeah, money throw. Rodgers create time. Lead from DB. All right, we got a 2x2. Gun. Reading the right side first, goes to his left side, nothing open. scrambling around, trying to find something. Yeah, getting pretty good. So, I'm gonna go back here. Middle, right, doesn't see anything he likes to the right. Now, could we pause this and say, could he throw this ball here to Tonyan if he floats that ball over the linebacker? Yeah, but he also just threw a pick, and not necessarily the exact same situation, but a similar situation. So I get him being a little bit hesitant to throw that at this point in the game because you sometimes you get in your head. And do I think he could fit that ball in there? I do, but it would have to be. It's not an easy. It's a harder throw than it looks like when I pause it right here because that linebacker. I don't know if he's getting depth or not. He's getting some type of depth, but you also have this safety who's sitting a little bit and a safety over the top. So for him to fit that in a window where he puts enough on it, but not but also with a high enough arc to it where it's not picked off by the underneath linebacker. Difficult throw. It's not as easy as it looks sometimes. So I get him not taking that. Goes back to his left. Doesn't see anything he likes. Feels some pressure in the pocket. Starts to roll out to his right. Oh crap! There's a defender there. It's more green on the inside. Scrambles back to the inside. Stiff arm, just in case, which doesn't really land on anything. Maybe the elbow. Eyes up. Now he sees Tonyan, green grass, defender coming from the outside. Where's he gonna throw the ball? Inside shoulder. Throws the ball, fading over his leg. Yeah, fading out of it. This is not. If I just pause that forward, like, is this pass on target? Probably not. But for Rodgers, doesn't matter. Boom, on the money. Tonyan feels that pressure coming from the other safety, and he sits it down.